This is not about screaming at them. This is not about breaking them down. This is about something far more powerful. Stoic revenge. Cold, calm, ruthless. Welcome to Stoic Beast Mindset, a place where power is rebuilt, silence becomes strength, and you become untouchable. Today, I'm not just going to show you how to get revenge on a narcissist. I'm going to show you how to destroy their illusion without ever raising your voice. They thought you were weak. They thought they could control you. But what they didn't know was that your silence is a strategy. Your discipline is your weapon. And your growth? That's their collapse. So if you've ever been discarded, gaslight, manipulated, or made to feel small, lean in. Because by the end of this video, you won't just be healed, you'll be dangerous. Let's begin. Before you can defeat a narcissist, you must understand what fuels them. A narcissist survives on supply. Attention, admiration, control. They crave your reaction, your anger, your confusion, your pain. When you beg, cry, or try to explain yourself, you're feeding them. But what happens when you stop feeding them? What happens when you become unbothered? That is where the pain begins for them. Revenge starts with this, understanding that a narcissist isn't strong. They're insecure, hollow, and constantly terrified of being exposed. And you become their worst nightmare when you expose nothing and evolve silently. You do not fight fire with fire. You fight it with water, with calm, with distance, with a life so complete, so powerful. They feel the absence of your presence like a void they cannot fill. That's Stoic Beast revenge. The narcissist fears one thing above all, irrelevance. So the most savage form of revenge? Vanish. Not in a weak, fleeing way, but in an elevated, intentional way. No contact, no reaction, no explanation. Delete, block, distance, and then rebuild. Quietly. You don't post for validation. You build in silence. And when they look, because they always look, they'll find nothing. That's the power of disappearing. That's the power of becoming a mystery. Mystery creates fear. Silence creates power. While they expect a reaction, you give them detachment. While they expect drama, you offer calm. That confusion, that lack of control, that's your revenge setting in. They wanted a puppet. What they got was a storm. This is where you learn to master solitude. This is where your mind gets sharp. Your body gets disciplined. Your spirit hardens. You become who they can't control, can't predict, and can't replace. And that terrifies them. Leveling up is not a trend. It's your mission. They will expect you to fall apart, to spiral, to obsess over their next move. But your move is silence, growth, progress. You hit the gym. You build your finances. You cut distractions. You invest in discipline. And as your life begins to sharpen, their world begins to crack. You show them, without saying a word, that the best version of you is born in their absence. This is not about flexing. This is not about proving them wrong. This is about proving yourself right. You don't become successful to get their attention. You become successful to reclaim your throne. You walk past them in public and don't even look. You smile, not out of spite, but because you've won the internal war. That is revenge. They will test you. They will bait you. They may try to re-enter your life with flattery, with apology, with chaos wrapped in charm. But you're not the same person anymore. You don't argue. You don't plead. You observe. You calculate. You walk away. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotion. It's about mastering it. And the narcissist cannot handle someone who cannot be moved. Be unreadable. Be untouchable. Be unshakable. Because while they play checkers, you've already won the game. You've ascended. You've become your own source of power. And to them, that's unbearable. Here's the secret. You don't have to destroy them. Life will. Their charm fades. Their manipulations get old. People begin to notice the cracks. You just keep rising. You don't need to convince anyone of the truth. Truth reveals itself in time. Their relationships will crumble. Their tactics will backfire. Their fake confidence will be seen for what is, desperation. You will be long gone, long elevated. And that is how karma does the rest. You started as the victim. You became the student. And now, you become the storm. Not loud, not chaotic, but powerful, focused, stoic, You don't chase. You attract. You don't react. You respond. You don't collapse. You rise. Your revenge isn't one moment. It's every day you choose to become greater than who they tried to reduce. This is your transformation, your rebirth. Welcome to the Stoic Beast Mindset. You didn't just survive the narcissist. You evolved because of them. And that is the greatest revenge of all.